We had another incident. And look, I will tell you this. I don't blame Angel Reese for being mad because Bree Hartley pulls Angel Reese's hair. Okay? However, you can be mad and you don't have to lose complete control.
Angel Reese Midove posted a triple-double. But forget the stats, the real headline was how she instantly transformed into the WNBA's own Stone Cold. One quick hair tug. And she went from Balor to action movie villain. The final buzzer may have sounded, but the drama was just getting started. This wasn't post-game emotion. This was a full-on episode of Real Housewives of the Paint, with hair flying. Side eyes sharp enough to cut through concrete and tension. So thick you could feel it through the screen. It's the only thing missing. Someone flipping a table.
At their home court. Her name may be Angel, but she far from God, okay? Because this was a very spicy game. It was giving very passionate, it was giving aggressive, it was giving tenacity, being ferocious. Because why Angel Reese pressed both Bria Hartley, Olivia Nelson-Ododa, and Tina Charles, okay? Because Bria Hartley accidentally grabbed one of her braids. How do you accidentally pull somebody's hair? Now, come on now. Specifically on the play like that. You're supposed to be guarding somebody. Angel Reese trying to go up for a layup or whatever she was doing. And like Bria Hartley just grabbed one of her pigtails, one of her braids that was like braided down to her like her waist. And Angel Reese, of course, she had the right to react the way that she did.
Let's talk about the real foul here. And it's not her shooting percentage. It's not the 10 boards, the double-digit stat line, or the box score at all. It's the fact that in a professional league, someone felt it was okay to grab another player's braid like she was rushing to snag a wig on sale. And then when Angel Reese spins around with fists ready to fly, we're supposed to shrug it off. How is this not treated like a sports crime? NBA guys get texts for sneezing wrong. But Reese is out here getting tangled up like she's deep-sea fishing. If you think Angel Reese needs to be suspended for this, drop a comment and let us know.
And she's going to pull Angel Reese's hair. Oh, here we go again. All right. And you see Angel Reese pushed Olivia Nelson-Ododa, Nelson-Ododa right there. There's the hair pull. Now watch her just walk in to separate, and she has to lose her mind.
You don't just grab someone's hair and expect applause. Don't insult us by calling it incidental contact. This is the WNBA, not some 8th grade gym class or a high school hallway scuffle. The hair pulls should have been called. A flagrant, but what Angel Reese did after was even worse. Yet instead of calling it out, people bent over backward to paint her as the passionate underdog. As if emotion excuses cheap shots. Please, if someone had so much as breathed in her direction, we'd already be halfway through a SportsCenter debate and a 10-part Twitter thread. Let's call it what it is.
Angel Reese, why does she get so tough with the little ones? Why does Angel Reese act like this big, tough, and rugged chick when it comes to the small people? You know, she likes to get at the smaller people on the court, but when a bigger person steps to her, she gets a little bit more timid and meek.
But because it was Angel Reese, the league acted like it was a group therapy session with a juice box on the side. She goes on to post a triple-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds, and roughly 10 tantrums. And suddenly it's as if she redefined the sport. Never mind that she shot a brutal 28%. Her performance was barely enough to impress her own sneakers. Meanwhile, ESPN was ready with the parade float, turning a messy, mediocre night into historic television, cranking the drama. Dial all the way up to 100.
Now, Angel Reese today had a triple-double. And the world was probably going to explode on that. She had 11 assists, two turnovers only, which is actually pretty impressive. Her teammates obviously made some shots. She was only 2 of 7 from the field. So she shot 28.5% from the field to end up with her, 10, 11 points or whatever it was. And she got most of her points from the free throw line. But that wasn't the story of her game today against Connecticut.
While Caitlin Clark is out here dropping a clean 30, it's taking more hits than a crash test dummy. It's barely making the headline scroll unless she's getting checked into the third row. Angel Reese puts up a mid-range stat line, and suddenly acts like she cured world hunger. A triple-double is impressive when it's not built on a stack of missed shots and under-construction bricks. Since when did we start handing out MVPs based on vibes? Let's be real. If you're going to dominate the conversation, it should be because of your game, not just the hype.
The story of her game today was hair pull. The hair pulling. And her reaction to her hair being pulled. And now, in a vacuum, I actually don't have much issue with the reaction that she had from her hair being pulled. I really don't. Can't say I have any issue with her reaction, just being real. What I have an issue with is her being such a hypocrite, because she's a hypocrite.
And the irony. Angel Reese treats her own hair like a priceless Fabergé egg, meticulous, protected, Olympic-level precision. But when it's someone else's braid, suddenly it's fair game for a tug-of-war. The double standard is blinding, one finger too close to her curls, and she's ready to deliver a full courtroom testimony. Yet when she's yanking another player's hair like it's open season, it's just part of the game. That's not fierce. That's hypocrisy. Plain and simple.
So lads, today we're going to be talking about the Sun and Sky game, and the Sky got their third win of the season, putting them to third last in the W, which isn't, like, they're 3-7. They're not good. Like, they're almost certainly not going to make playoffs. But at the end of the day, look, it's not like they're not going to be a half a game off the Mystics if the Mystics lose today. We also really want the Mystics to win today.
The worst part isn't even the foul itself. It's the smugness that follows. Like she just authored the Constitution. Angel Reese struts as if every cheap shot is a piece of performance art, as if pulling hair and acting like she just claimed a Nobel Prize somehow belong in the same conversation. It's exhausting, not because she's competitive, but because she plays the misunderstood genius at every turn. Every time she's messy, she enters the arena like the league owes her a thank you note for showing up. Every foul, someone else's disrespect. Every scuffle, someone else's fault. And the second she's called out, it's spun as jealousy or hate. Criticism becomes a federal case. Accountability turns into an attack, and bad behavior somehow morphs into a badge of honor. Sure, being authentically yourself is worth praising, but maybe it's time to draw the line when that authenticity is just aggression wrapped in ego and sold as empowerment.
Trying to be the peacemaker, trying to, be the de-escalator. She got pushed. Angel Reese pushed her about it. She said, I ain't trying to hear none of that. Run the fade right now. You done pulled my hair. You know what you did. You did it on purpose. And then Tina Charles, okay? Who's supposed to be like, the calm, cool, collected one, the more mature one, the one who got like all the skills and like, just the foresight, the wisdom. She's older. She's mature. She's been in the season for like what? This is her 16th, 17th season in the W. Tina Charles pressed Angel Reese. They look like they was about to jump her.
Even worse than the antics are the commentators acting like every outburst is some historic culture-shaping moment. She's changing the game. No, she's just changing the channel to reality TV. Angel Reese thrashing mid-game is treated like performance art, and a decent stat line is framed like it's hanging in the Louvre. Meanwhile, the blatant foul, grabbing an opponent mid-possession, is waved off because, she pulled down some boards, right? Let's be honest. If Caitlin Clark pulled a stunt like that, the media would have a meltdown churning out columns and hot takes for days. But when it's Reese, we're expected to call it edge and pretend WrestleMania hasn't just replaced basketball. A solid box score doesn't erase the chaos. That's like naming someone Citizen of the Year just because they helped an elderly person cross the street 5 seconds after robbing a bank.
You can see in this play, you got Angel Reese going up for a rebound.
We mentioned the
Then here comes the player behind her.
physicality and that last possession.
She's got her left hand right here on a braid of Angel Reese. Yanks that shit. I want the ball.
The contact being let go.
And Angel Reese throws her hand out. I get that. I get all that. This is where she goes a little bit, does her thing a little too much.
This time, I think it was accidental.
So Nelson Ododa is separating him. She's not pushing Angel Reese. And Angel Reese is acting like she's so big and tough.